road trip by myself to Beckley to visit my mom. My hair is crazy. I did not get to do it because I woke up late. But yeah, I am finishing up Riley Sager's Home Before Dark, and I'm going to listen to that on audio on the way down, and I'll give you my thoughts because I'll be ending the book when I get there. And then I'm going to start Air of Fire, which is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. So join me. I have clothes on just so we can get that out of the way. I hope everyone is having a great day. I am at my mom's. I have no kids, so I slept in until like 9. It's beautiful. I finally found out why I have a love for reading. My mom, she has 3 bookshelves, and I will show them to you on this video, but we stayed up looking through all of her bookshelves, and it was so much fun. And my mom has so many amazing older books that are Christian and self-help and just so sweet. And so yeah, I'm so excited to know that I have another fellow bibliophile in my mom. But anyway, I didn't get to read a whole lot yesterday. I just read Home Before Dark. The ending was so good. It was like a spooky Scooby-Doo effect thriller, and it was so exciting. But today I'm going to be starting Air of Fire, and I am going to finish my cozy. And the cozy that I have been reading is a buddy read with my friend Keisha from A Book Like You, and it is called Mayhem at the Orient Express, and it is like a modern day retelling and a cozy mystery of Agatha Christie's murder on the Orient Express. So hopefully I have more thoughts on that today. I hope you guys have a great day. Hello friends, I'm in my mom's car right now. They are inside shopping, and I'm gonna update you on what I've read so far. So last night, my mom and I got to watch the Guernsey Potato Pie Society. Someone looked at me while I was recording and they looked really mad. I watched that movie with my mom and it was so good. I have loved that movie. I read the beginning of the book, but I never did finish it, I don't believe. It's been a while. So anyway, also I finished Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and so let me tell you my thoughts. I would have 5-starred this book if it hadn't had a Ouija board. I don't love paranormal aspects in books to that extent. Now I do like a little bit of like eerie darkness, but I don't like paranormal, like anything satanic. But that book basically is a story about a family who has been, you know, living in this small apartment. They're trying to find a new home, and they move into this Victorian house that has a lot of dark history. This house has been the murder ground for many tragedies, and they all believe that the house has like this eerie past, and the house may or may not be haunted. So you go in knowing that there's like a haunted house. Story unfolds to where this family moves in and things start happening, and the daughter begins to see things and see ghosts and see all kinds of stuff, and then the dad begins to hear things and see things, and they're all being convinced that this house is haunted. And they start looking into the history of the house, and they find out that there was like a horrible murder there where this father killed his daughter, and all of these other tragic events that are similar happened before. And so like they're basically immersed in folklore about this house, and it's starting to either get to their head and they're imagining things, or it's really happening. We don't know. But the story plays out to where that aspect of them moving in to the house is in the past, and they're now in the present day. And the girl who grew up in that house, her parents like fled that house when something crazy happens in the book. Well, it's like flash forward to today. That girl is now like renovating houses. She has like a flip show, or her and her friend do flipping houses or whatever. And so she is going back to her childhood home that is like full of tragedy and bad memories, and her family fell apart and all kinds of horrible things happened. And she's going to go back and see for herself as an adult, was it all fiction or was it reality? Now her father writes a book and becomes a famous author, and he writes a book called The House of Horrors. It is like her life, her like childhood account through his eyes of what happened during that time period. So she is going to go back to that house and face her fears, face the past, and see what unfolds. I did not guess the ending at all. It was so good. The ending was so just fresh and exciting and cool, and I had no idea how it was going to end. There are several twists at the very end that shock you, and so I just loved it. Also, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, skip ahead. There are lots of snakes. Riley Sager, as a whole, one of his gimmicks is like a Scooby-Doo effect, to where a lot of his books you do think that they are going to be paranormal, and he usually flips it around, and the plot twist is like, you're like, oh, I thought this, but it's actually this. So it's called a Scooby-Doo effect, and that's like what he's well known for. But the book was just really good. I really enjoyed it. And once again, there are parts that you might, want to skip, but it was a very good book.
Hey everybody, I just got home. We went to shop for plants. We had Mexican food. It was so much fun, as you saw. And now I'm going to get started reading my cozy that I am reading with my friend Keisha from A Book Like You, and I'm so excited. So here we go. Also, Home Before Dark, Home Before Dark, I actually buddy read with my best friend Wendy and my friend Talia. So I just wanted to let you know that I was buddy reading a lot this month, and I'm proud of myself because I'm actually really bad at it. So I am on chapter 11 right now, and this book is so cute. So basically it's called Mayhem at the Orient Express. And it opens up with all of these different characters who own establishments or homes in this neighborhood. And they're in neighbors' court because they all have really big issues with each other. And, oh, I have a stain for my lily. And so basically the mediator decides to make them all go, they all hate each other, all of them, and they all have different issues with each other. One of them is like a granola lady who like does yoga every morning and does chants and burns incense and has like this really annoying cat. And then there's another lady who's just like straight-laced, old money, works at a winery. She hates the other girl who works at a B&B. She owns it. It's called B&B's. Her name is B. And so they all like have to kind of form this book club to get along. He says there's one lady that is like, they're in fear of losing a grant if she doesn't form a book club. So she has to form a book club, and she doesn't have anyone that wants to join it. And so he mandates that all of the neighbors join this book club together. They all end up going to the book club the first night, and they're obviously just like not wanting to be there, and they're hating their life. And they're all kind of snipping at each other and just being really like, you know, rude. And the lady who owns the library, or works there, I forget. She is like, well, let me find a book that we can all read, that I have as many copies as people here. And then there's another lady who ends up joining them just out of pure curiosity. She just wants to join a book club, and so she comes too. And so they find Murder on the Orient Express, which is an Agatha Christie classic, and so that's what they choose for all of them to read. And of course it starts out where like nobody actually wants to do it, nobody really wants to read it, nobody gives a crap. And then, you know, as time evolves, they start to like, I don't know, start reading the book and wanting to talk about it. They all experience a tragedy together, so they all have this love for a dish called peanut orange chicken, which is at a new Chinese restaurant in town that is very new, just opened, and Peter Chan is the one who runs it. Well, one day Bee is going there to get her favorite dish, and she finds that there's someone who's like talking really horribly to Peter and left a really like threatening note, and so she's already kind of on edge about it. Well, one night after the book club, they all end up just mysteriously meeting at Peter Chan's because they find out that they all have and share a love for the same dish, which is the orange peanut chicken. But when they all arrive there, they find that Peter Chan is dead. And they all go back to B's Airbnb, or bed and breakfast. I think I said Airbnb before, maybe. Bed and breakfast. And they're all sitting around the fire. The power ends up going out because they have this horrible storm. And it just sets up this like really cool, almost retelling of Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express, because all of a sudden all of these new characters start showing up at the bed and breakfast that were not supposed to be there. They're just showing up because of the storm. And so every new person that shows up is like almost like a suspect in a way. And one guy in particular is the same guy that she saw arguing with Peter Chan before he died, and he ended up getting a room at her bed and breakfast for the night. So there's like a lot of mystery going on. People are showing up left and right, and she's putting them up in her bed and breakfast, and they are all like forming all these different theories about people. And so far it's like really cute, and I think if it goes the way I think it's going to be, it might be my first 5-star cozy ever. So I'm really excited. So I have a new like slang phrase for you. So at one point, this lady named Luella says, "Pish tush." The police officer is like, oh, like this is kind of further back, but I accidentally hit my Kindle and something happened to where it took me to like a previous reading section, and I forgot about this. But he says, this cop shows up and he's like, "You guys don't look upset discussing this murder." And Luella says, "Pish tush." Now anything that happens to me, I'm just gonna be like, pish tush.
Hello friends, I am on my way home from my mom's. It was such a lovely time. I read all of Home Before Dark before Riley Sager. I finished my cozy, which is Mayhem at the Orient Express, and it was 5 stars. Such a great cozy, like literally the best I've ever read. It just had so many quirky characters and it was so cute. Like, I just loved it. I think what I loved most about it was that it's very character driven. There were so many incredible characters and the plot was really interesting, and there were so many different like possibilities of who done it, and I just loved that about it. So I was so excited to go through that for my reading vlog this trip. But on the way home, I actually got in an hour's worth of Heir of Fire because I'm reading through Throne of Glass, which I'm loving it so far. But I decided to stop, and I got an hour and a half into a book called The Memory Making Mom, and I will just show that as a picture because I can't remember at present who wrote it. But this, y'all, this is the best book I have read in such a long time on parenting. It specifically hones in on being a parent that makes memories with their child, and I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. It is so, so good. It is so sweet, and it's just been the best book ever. So if you are looking for a really great book on making memories as a family and you don't really know how to attempt that, I would absolutely say that you should check this out.